Rhode Island leaders announced a new initiative to try and address chronic absenteeism. A student that's chronically absent misses 18 days of school or more a year. As Target 12 first reported earlier this week, roughly 1 in 3 students in the state were chronically absent last year. Target 12 investigator Alexandra Leslie joins us now live in studio with the details about this new campaign. Alex?
Well, the State Department of Education is focusing on more data on absenteeism available to the public to reinforce to students, families, and teachers the impacts of poor attendance on education and the community. These Stephen-only elementary school students in North Providence were selected to attend a special assembly with state leaders because of their great attendance at school.
We also have about 130 students with perfect attendance.
It's not the same story for every school or school district. Brown University's Annenberg Institute released a report showing the number of elementary school students who missed at least 18 days of school or more doubled from just 13% before the pandemic to 31% in 2022. Missing 18 days or 10% of the year means you're chronically absent.
It has an impact on the student's learning. It has an impact on the ability of what the teacher can do in the classroom.
A new campaign launched Thursday called Attendance Matters RI aims to inform families, community leaders, and small businesses about the importance of daily attendance and the consequences of chronic absenteeism.
And it cannot be left to the superintendents, principals, and teachers. It has to be an all-state approach.
RIDE created several community dashboards which shows not just where students go to school, but absentee rates down to the neighborhood level and how they compare to statewide test scores.
If the municipality wants to know the areas where students come from, where there's chronic absenteeism, they will know. If there's an organization, if there's a church in that community, look at the data. Let's talk about it.
Another RIDE dashboard also shows how many students are on track to be chronically absent compared to this time last school year. Data from Stephen-only elementary shows nearly 14% of students are on that path compared to 28% this time last year. With the Target 12 investigators live in studio, Alexandra Leslie, 12 News.
A follow-up to a Target 12 investigation, lost learning. We've uncovered chronic absenteeism in Rhode Island schools has hit an all-time high since the pandemic.
Now the Education Department has announced a new campaign to make sure kids are in the classroom every day. Target 12 investigator Alexandra Leslie joins us now with a look at the data and how the campaign works.
If you looked at the dashboard today, you'd see how some schools like Stephen-only Elementary School are making improvements compared to this time last year. But it's a different story at some other schools, including Oakland Beach School in Warwick, where there are more students on track deemed to be chronically absent. Rhode Island Education Commissioner Angelica Infante-Green says recognizing the importance of school attendance is an all-state approach.
My message to our students and families and private and public sector partners is simple. Attendance matters.
That's the name of a new campaign that highlights the importance of showing up to learn every day and reducing chronic absenteeism when a student misses 18 days or more of the school year. Part of RIDE's initiative calls on small businesses to help, like throwing block parties or offering discounts to students to reward their attendance.
We know what works, but it's going to take all of us to move forward.
RIDE also created several public community dashboards showing absentee rates down to the neighborhood level and how they compare to statewide test scores.
This data makes it clear that there's a correlation between attendance and student performance. If the kids are not in school, the curriculum won't matter because they're not reaping the benefits of it.
Standardized test results this year showed chronically absent students scored about 20 points below their classmates who showed up.
If you have young kids that are out for long periods of time and they come back in the classroom, that really impedes the ability of the teacher to move on with their lesson plan and the curriculum.
Beginning this month, the governor's office and RIDE will highlight elementary, middle, and high schools with the highest attendance rates per week. With the Target 12 investigators, Alexandra Leslie, 12 News.